This is OCD Movie Reviews. My name is Oliver Breaker, and today I'm going to review the new action comedy sequel, Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. This movie is a sequel to the first Hitman's Bodyguard that came out in 2017. This movie is once again directed by Patrick Hughes, who directed the first Hitman's Bodyguard, and stars Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson, Salma Hayek, Antonio Banderas, and Morgan Freeman. Bodyguard Michael Bryce, played by Ryan Reynolds, reunites with an assassin, Darius, played by Samuel L. Jackson, to go out and save his wife, played by Salma Hayek, from a villain played by Antonio Banderas. Now, I enjoyed the first Hitman's Bodyguard. I find the first movie pretty enjoyable. It's not a movie that I consider a masterpiece or anything, but it's something original and different that I did have fun with, and that is because of Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson. They really stood out in that movie. But it's definitely a movie that I wasn't expecting to even have a sequel. I didn't know this movie did well in the box office. It must have done well in the box office to make this movie happen. So when I found out they're making a sequel to this movie, I was just like, did I really need to make a sequel to this movie? And when I watched the trailers, I kind of thought it the same way. Like, it looks fun at all. Like, I love Samuel L. Jackson, I love Ryan Reynolds, and I even like Salma Hayek. But honestly, I was watching the trailer going, do we really need this? And after I saw Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, I was literally thinking, do we need this? Now, this isn't a terrible movie or anything. I did not find this movie horrible. I do think the first one was a lot better than this movie though, because this movie has much more flaws than I expected. But let's go on what I liked about the movie, and of course, the cast in the movie. We got Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson returning, with Salma Hayek, who is in the first movie quite a bit, but this is her movie that she basically shines, and I think the three leads in the film look like they had fun with this movie. They look like they know what they're doing, and probably the best acted performance in this film was Ryan Reynolds. I think there are some really funny lines from Ryan Reynolds in this film, and he was actually really good in the film. And yes, this movie made me crack up a couple of times. There are some really good jokes in this movie, and the locations in this movie were also really well done. But I gotta say guys, this movie really wasn't that good. I find this movie very bland, pretty generic. It's definitely one of those action films that I probably would forget. And it's because of the acting, in my opinion. The acting, oh my god. Am I the only one that thinks the acting wasn't that great in this movie? Am I the only one? Because I was literally watching this movie and I'm going, Samuel L. Jackson and Salma Hayek really didn't do a great job in the movie. Even Salma Hayek, I love Salma Hayek, I think she's a great actress, but my god, in this movie, she is so over the top and not in a good way. There's literally a line that Salma Hayek says in the movie. She literally says like this, I'm not even joking. That guy, the La Cucaracha motherfucker. She says it that over the top that I was literally cracking up laughing because of how bad the acting is in this movie. And of course, the villains in this movie are utterly forgettable, including Antonio Banderas in the film, which is really cool to see him return. I haven't seen him in a movie in a while, but he plays a generic villain that has a plot to destroy the world like most action movie villains do. And that's this movie. It's not like the first movie that has a pretty unique concept. This movie goes from basically a plot that most action movies have. There's like this virus that's basically out to basically destroy the world, and the heroes have to stop him. This movie just goes for a cliched action road trip movie vibe basically, and I felt like this movie could have been much better than it actually is. Some of the jokes did lay very, very flat in the movie, even though there were parts that I did laugh. There were some jokes that I was literally like, really? And I just noticed that the director of this movie is the same director of the first one, but they brought in different writers, and you can really tell that the writing is different from the first movie. And even some of the action scenes get really, really repetitive. There's a lot of scenes where they keep shooting the guys in the head, and you always see the blood basically exploding. And I love violence in movies, but when they keep repeating the exact same action motives, it gets really annoying. Like, there's a lot of parts where they shoot guys in the head explodes. And I get it, you know, like shooting guys in the head, they're dead right away. I get that. But it just gets way too repetitive in my opinion. That's a really stupid, picky thing to have. But the way I see it, that's how I see it throughout this film. Guys, overall, I don't hate Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. It had some funny moments. It has some enjoyability, especially from the actors. They look like they had fun with this movie. But honestly, I wasn't having as much fun with this movie than I thought I would. It's definitely one of the sequels that I find very unnecessary. I felt like they're just doing it for money. I do think the cast looked like they had fun with this movie, but honestly, definitely not a film I would remember. I'm going to give Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard a D+. Guys, that is my opinion on Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Let me know what you think of this movie in the comments below. Do you like the movie, hate the movie, or you think this movie is better than the first one? Just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Facebook, Stardust, Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd. Keep contact with me. And make sure you guys subscribe, make sure I'm notified for my latest movie reviews. And have a nice day.